Thank you for joining today's discussion forum. So today we have perfect topics for this timing. So our topic says, is summer better than winter? So I have six wonderful participants. So before starting the discussion forum, I would like to know who's there.
মোহাম্মদ ইশতিয়াক কবির কাইম,
এস এম মুন্তাসির আহমেদ আবির,
জুবেরে মুস্তাক কিশান, রামপল সংখ্যাও, আফসা করিম পূর্ব,
নামির রায়হান নীল।
So Neil, what's your position? Are you in favor of summer or winter?
Well, we're in favor of the motion, so we're in favor of summer.
Summer. That means you are in favor of winter. So I think Neil, you should start first.
Okay, let's start with the basics. Well, summer actually equals to vacation because if you like compare to America or even our own country, when the summer starts, you get a long vacation. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're studying in college, any university or college or school, but you still get a long vacation, so you can like relax a bit and like get off to study and maybe just stretch around. So that's perfect for summer.
but the thing is that summer it is very hot and you're gonna sweat everywhere, and there is no AC in vacation places. Like if you go to somewhere, you're gonna always sweat there. And also another thing is there is also a winter vacation that is called Christmas. It is called Christmas time. You get 10 days of holiday at that time. You can also go to many places at that time and you won't even sweat that much. And most of the time in winter the weather is pretty suitable for normal people.
Okay, my friend, as you know, if you like talk about the internationally, so there is a chance of your like you might get like you might get, have a risk of accident. So sometimes because of too much like snowfall, the road might be sleepy, and that's time the road might be sleepy, so you might have a chance of get accident.
Okay, my friend. In summer, there can be also many accidents like a heat stroke. Many people in these years died for the heat stroke.
Okay, now listen. There is a difference between accident and own fault. Because
Own fault?
we'll listen. Now, if we're talking about our country, as he mentioned, then we are dying of heat stroke because we are not even thinking about it. It is already mentioned that there is a high temperature and it will even raise more. So I don't think we should go out there. But about the winter, when there is snowfall, I don't think it will be that much noticeable by the government. So I don't think they will inform us. And like there is a difference between sleeping on down on the road or like having a heat stroke. There's a major difference.
And also, if you're like considering in the international way, you say that when the Christmas comes, you get 10 days holiday. But in the European countries or America, you get at least 40 days of summer vacation. 10 days compared to 40 days. Like you just like, what can I say? Yeah, you like you are about to lose. Because
Okay.
if we are considering about the international,
Okay, thank you for considering about the international way. So because you're
yeah, okay.
considering on the south part, so let me
No,
just
no,
bring
no,
this up
western
on
part.
California, the state of California of United States. There the weather was so hot that even tires, like vehicle tires doors, like plastic was melting. Now what you gonna say about that? Like people were cooking eggs on the sun. Now what are you gonna say? Just tell me.
So what?
So what do you
so
mean?
What?
So
Like what? If it's hard, you just don't go there. But like now, listen.
like
If
many
you're
people have
considering-
jobs, your job is not gonna wait for the weather. You have to always go out. They're gonna complain an issue about
okay,
you.
okay. Are there that many job opportunities in that place? I mean, like, can you like give me an example? Like, what type of jobs are in there?
What do you mean? What kind of
What
jobs are
type
in there?
of
There are
jobs?
many kind of job. You could be a lawyer, a police officer, or even a food chain worker. That could be anything.
Listen.
It will
I
be
don't
many-
think they have to provide a central AC over all across the country. I think they could mention that the temperature is very hot and we should don't go outside. And about the thing that you were saying that the plastic was melting during the cold weather, there was also a warning. It literally got to negative 17 degrees Celsius if we're talking about it. And then It was definitely stuck, and many people's, like, what I can say, lawn mower, all of those were literally covered in like few meters deep ice, and that I don't think could not been have worse. Like, we probably have like once suffered an ice age. Remember, the entire earth got extinct. Just
Okay,
saying
so so if we're talking about the peoples or the cars get stuck under the ice or and get stuck on the ice, so or snow, whatever. So then the always government wherever the snowfall is really high, government providers so to
Okay,
clean
now
the
listen.
road.
Now listen. Okay. Now listen. If we are having a hot temperature, then the government can only say to us that don't go outside. But if we still go outside, it's totally our fault. But like, if we're
But you
talking
do
about, listen now. If you're talking about like the country of USA, as we are mentioning that in every point, we're talking about that. Like, considering those literally have about 324 million people, I don't think the government will able to just give every single of those an equipment or a tool to clean the snow. Okay, but now you guys also will realize that we, if they tell us to stay in our home, we can also just do that. There's no other things necessary.
Okay, so first of all, I didn't mention that government will provide us tools. I say the government. I mean, there are many type of vehicles. I really don't their names, but the government provides some kind of vehicles which cleans the snow from the road and the footpath so that we can walk or drive cars. And even if there
What I
are
okay now listen
wait,
now.
wait, let
Okay,
me
okay,
finish
okay.
first. And even if there is so much snowfall that we won't be able to see on the road. So if there's so much that we can't even see, then we won't just drive our car. But in summer, if the government told us to stay home, so if we stay, we won't be like explore outside or whatever. But in winter, like we are talking about America or California or just like this. So let's talk about Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. I mean uh, this region. So yeah, so in this, their snowfall might happen, but sometimes the chances of it is really low. So even if their snowfall happens, so it will just be quite a bit. So, and if in summer, that there is, the temperature is so high, so you can't go outside. But in winter, there is temperature is like 17 or 18, just like that. So you can go and explore outside. There won't be any problem.
And also, I would like to mention another thing. Like at this point, you guys are literally focusing on the North Pole and the South Pole, because none of the, like in most of the countries, the cold is not even like at the snowing point, at the freezing point. The only countries I can imagine at this point are could be Antarctica, Greenland, Russia, and many other countries, like in the South Pole and North Pole. And also, as my friend talked about the extinction event, I think you forgot about the lava extinction event. How the earth was molten at that point, molten hot when that extinction event happened. I think you forgot about that. The- then why the hell did you mention?
Okay, do you know when did most people die during all of human history? It was mostly in the it's mostly in the 1300s when a volcanic eruption happened and the ash covered the whole sky. And so, like the sun couldn't even reach the surface and it got so cold that not even crops could grow on earth. So that literally caused at least 1 million deaths. Like that's the biggest, what can I say, pandemic or any other thing, like the biggest, like the worst type of situation you can get in history. I mean,
Okay.
like it is literally scientifically proved. Okay, so it mainly happened because the crops couldn't grow and it was so cold that people died from frostbite and many other things. And as you can see, there weren't many like scientific and medical, like what can I say, medicines or whatever. So that those guys got like a really catch a call, and so cold, and that literally caused millions of death. But you can't even like mention a serious like death issue that happened due to summer, can you?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to mention a thing is
Yeah,
that
okay.
volcanoes, like as you mentioned, volcanoes, they don't like burst every day. They burst like one times or 100 or 50 years. He wants a blue moon, sir. Like they cannot just mention it like it's a everyday thing. Okay, okay. That's what I'm also like to mention. And another thing I would like to mention, they say it was the biggest pandemic. But through my knowledge, I have last seen the Wikipedia like yesterday. But the biggest pandemic was in human history. I think it was the Black Plague. I don't know if the Wikipedia updated today or something. But in my known, it was the Black Plague.
Okay, my friends. So sometimes, let's get to another like topic. So sometimes, like in winter, some of the time the days are shorter than the summer. So you have more in the summertime. You have more time to like relax. Then you have more time to study. Even sometimes like have to study. Even you get more times, you can also play, even do more things. Even you could also do like water activities like swimming and more different things. But could you do that in winter?
Okay, so my friend, did you remember something? In the winter, the day is short, but the night is long. In that night period, we can just do our homeworks. And the main relaxing period is the night time. That time we can sleep more.
Okay, now listen.
Okay,
I'm about to
okay. Now let me just talk. Let me just talk. So there is a common thing that is called, if you have to get something, you have to sacrifice something. In summer, I know the day is big. We can play for a long time, but that comes with a cost. The sweat, the heat. That we are gonna sweat so much. In fact, that our things would get wet. We could catch even a fever. And also another thing, in winter the weather is not that hot or nor cold. And if you're talking about that north polar and south polar country, that's different thing. That's just some countries, but not all countries. You cannot just judge the whole world based on the some north polar and south polar countries. Okay, but just let me talk. So in when is winter, the main thing is in summer there sorry, in winter there is no heat, so you can play without sweat, without getting, what can I say, sweated. Yes, you could say.
got it. Okay. So first of all, if we're talking about entertainment and sports, we can mainly play like badminton. But if we're talking about summer, we can always play different kind of sports. Now you might ask that we can also play like football in the winter, and we won't get as sweaty as much in the summer. And he also mentioned that we can study during nighttime. So first of all, if you're studying at nighttime, I don't think you will have that much attention, as most of us like will be really sleepy after having a hard working day. And if we're talking about ourselves, like the teenagers or kids, we mostly have a common fear of the dark. Now if we're saying that in the winter there's more nighttime and there's more dark, then we would actually have an increased amount in that fear. And also many people do have phobias. Now you might say, is it a fear, so we can definitely overcome it. Now the thing you realize that when it gets to the extreme point, especially which increases in the winter, it mainly turns into a phobia, and phobias are not something to mess with.
Okay, so okay, okay, so my friend, I mean, instead of playing badminton, we can also do some skiing. Okay, there are many things like skiing and many winter sports in there.
Okay, now listen, let me talk. Okay, like you guys have been talking. Okay, let me just talk. So the thing you said, there would be no lights, dark. But at this point, the only thing I could say is you need to really go outside. Their road lights are the reason. Like road lights are the freaking reason for dark. It kills the dark because of the light, if you know.
So first of all, like winter has a lot of comfort issues, as I mentioned. Like, listen, when you go outside, you have to put on a whole jacket, and even in winter, it can sweat. I mean, like if you're like wearing too much clothes, and but that can be controlled in summer. You can like wear some light. I mean, what can I say? Like some light colored weights, because science like says that light colors like dresses like actually helps you in summer. And also, if you're wearing socks in winter, if it gets wet, it will like give you a really discomforting feeling. And now also, let me just add something. You guys just keep saying that we will get sweaty and all that whatever. But the thing is that you can like control your sweating. You can basically like take a towel and like wipe it off. And also, if you're considering about the sunburn, where I mean like the
Can talk about the
sunscreen, the sunscreen is actually invented. You can like put it on and like escape from the sunburn. And also the sunshine in the summer is actually like really good for us because it has the vitamin D, which is also known as the sunshine vitamin. Like you know that most people in our country actually takes their newborn child to the roof in the summer to basically to like enhance their, what can I say, what is that called, like that, to immune system, yeah. And so that is like a vital point. If you consider that, it also like increases our immune system, and you have to like get that vitamin D, that sunshine vitamin, only in summer.
Okay, first of all, okay, I'm very happy that you told about that those points. Okay, so let me start by mentioning this. In summer, I know you can wear less clothes to get less, but what if the temperature is so high that even not wearing your shirt is high? Like you cannot go to many places naked, can you? Like the heat, like I'm not joking at this point. In many countries, like not one, many countries, the heat is so much that even wearing just a shirt can get you sweaty. And in winter, you said we have to wear a lot of clothes, we can control the sweat. If we are sweaty wearing a jacket, we could always wear a shirt or two shirts. That could be, we could all obviously control the sweats. And also, as you guys talked about the nature, that how is the nature is good, but the main cause, I don't think you have heard about the Australian forest fire or many countries forest fire. It causes because of the sun. The sun rays there get so hot that the forest starts burning, and that causes forest fire. I think like 50% of Australian forests have been wiped because of the forest fire, as you have heard of it. And another thing that I would obviously love to mention is that you talked about a sweat, that you talked about the, what can I say? Vitamin D, yes. The vitamin
Thank you,
D
thank
is.
you, thank you, thank you,
Sir, let me
Abdul.
finish it, sir. Let me finish my point. So the vitamin D, as you talked about the vitamin D is only necessary for little kids, like the kids from 1 to 2 months old kids, then like the most of the newborn kids whom are just born. Most of the older people don't need vitamin D, and those who are using vitamin D is just for the fashion. And also, as you guys talked about the AC, the air conditioner, and many other things, you can travel many countries. You need money for that, and not, as you
We
know, no.
mentioned rich people. We did.
I don't think you did.
We
You
did.
didn't though. You didn't though.
We did.
Okay, okay. You need money for that. And not everyone is as fortunate as everyone. Like most of the people, as you talked about the countries, are in poverty.
Okay, now listen. If we're talking about that, about the forest fire caused of the sun. And why did the sun give so much light suddenly? Because our atmosphere is harmed. Why? Because of us, humans. We literally pollute the environment and destroy the
Let me just
and also we destroy like the atmosphere by polluting the environment. Now if we're talking about the early like what I can say, the 1900s or even like the 1000 years, then at the time summer used to be way better than winter because the forest fire didn't occur as much, because the sunlight wasn't as harmful, because atmosphere wasn't as polluted and also as less as it is now, and it is totally our fault.
Okay, okay. So let me finish this up. Let me just cook this up. So listen. So when is the most air conditioners used? In summer, obviously. And what does air conditioners gas do? Yes, it pollutes our air. So the summer is actually sabotaging itself by polluting the air. And if you talked about, and also there is the car vehicle part. Most cars now have AC, and if you use that AC, what again gets polluted? You guessed it, is the air. So in current clause, you guys, the summer is actually sabotaging itself, and also by burning wood and like burning, what else, leaves from those forest fire, it creates carbon dioxide. And what does carbon dioxide do? Yes, you guessed it right again, pollute the air.
Okay, sir. Wait.
Come on.
Okay, you guys just mentioned like kept mentioning AC, but you guys did forget about the heater.
Yeah.
Like in most countries, like the Western countries as well as our country, like most people use a heater, and that is just the another like the hotter version of AC. And also, like if you're just saying that like most of the people doesn't use heater, they still does have a chimney, so they use like what can I say, wood to like get like that get like hurt. But that thing also causes deforestation, and also that the fire, like that fire also creates carbon dioxide. And even in car you can also get heater. So AC and heater, like those are like what can I say, those are doing the same thing, so it doesn't like prove your point. And also, my friend, you do realize that you just said like so many things about winter, like we can do many things, but I know that you're a football player, so you do a lot of physical activities. But when does the lot of physical activities happen? It happens in summer. Like in winter, the only games you can play are like badminton or many other indoor games if it's too cold outside. But in like summer, you can play cricket, like football, basketball, and many other games. And it also means a longer afternoon, so you can like play a bit longer in the summer, like football or whatever, than winter. So if you are a football player, so you like what can I say? Are you like dissing summer like by being a football player? I mean, you can diss like the summer. You are a football player and you should know the importance of summer. So that's all.
Thank you both. Summer and winter health.
Bilingual Learning Center, BLC, Bogura.